Hello everyone, this is another episode in my course in order to understand Git and how to use it properly. Today we will cover the git-log command in details, so let's get started. Git-log is an important and powerful command, and it is one of my most used Git commands. As it says in the name, it enables you to see a log of one commit after another as time progresses in that Git repository. I will try to explain it in two sections. Formatting, how git-log presents the information back to you, and filtering, how to tell git-log to filter for specific parts or chunks of the repo history. Combining both filtering and formatting to give you the git-log output that has the information that is relevant and interesting to you. Enough talk, let's head to the terminal. So in this example, I'm going to use the same repo that we used in the last episode that contains MD files and two folders. I want to quickly get an overview of the history and the commits that make up this repo. To do that, I will use the git-log command. So when we type git-log in the terminal and we hit enter, as a response, this command returned for us a list of commits. Each commit, let's try to understand the output. Each commit starts with the SHA hash, which is a unique hash that is generated by Git when we create the commit. And the second line is the user, the author, the user that creates this commit. Then we have the date of the commit, and last we have the message used to accomplish this commit. Now I've just added a list of commits in our repository in order to get a long list of commits in our git-log command output. So however, after triggering git-log command now, this moment carries a lot of anxiety for new Git users because there is a lot of log informations. So git-log command use a pager, which is a sample Vim editor to navigate into our list of commits because the size of the output of the command is above the size of our terminal. So that's why we have a pager. So to use a pager, we can use the arrow keys up or down to scroll up and to scroll down. We can use capital G to navigate to the button. We can use small g to navigate to top. And to quit the pager, we can use Q command. Another information, the shown commits with the git-log command are ordered from the newest commit to the oldest commit. Another important information is that the git-log command shows the history of the active branch. So in our case, this is the log of the main master branch. So back to git-log, now we will start the first section, which is formatting. So the output is quite large and verbose. Let's try git-log command again. So the output, as I said, it's so large and verbose. Maybe I'm not interested in all of the output in its current format. Git-log has a lot of formatting options. We can start, now we will quit. We can start by git-log with the option abbrev commit. So with this option, we will abbreviate the commit hash to 7 chars. Let's try. Here we are remarking that the hash is abbreviated and we have only 7 digits hash. So the second option is git-log. We will use the abbrev commit and we will use another option, another formatter, which is date. We will format our dates to be short. And now with short, we remark also that the date is formatted just year, month, day format, and of course the abbreviation of the hash. Let's continue again with the date formatter. So the date formatter accepts a parameter which is short, ISO, Unix, etc. We will try to use ISO. And with ISO, we remark that he formatted the date field with the ISO format. Now we will try to use Unix, for example, which is the Unix timestamp of our date. So we will try another command, which is git-log, another formatter, one line, and with stat formatter. And in this formatter, we have a minimalist log, because we use the one line, which is the abbreviated hash and the commit message. And with the formatter stat, we will add a statistic about each commit, for each commit, which are the files that have been changed, and the insertions of lines and the deletions. Next, we have another formatter, which is git. For example, we will use one line to get a simple page, and we have reverse. So reverse, it will shows the commits in the order of oldest commits to the newest commits. And it's just a sort of our commits by date. And we have desk or ask, descendant or ascendant. In this case is ascendant, the newest, and the last is the oldest, and the normal format is we have in the top of the list the newest, and in the bottom is the oldest. Now we will try to check another formatter, which is git-log parents. And with this command, it will highlight and expose some internal Git functions, which is that each commit has a reference commit or a parent. And this command highlights exactly so you can see the parent hashes. For example, this commit, his parent is this commit. And we can say, we can see that it's a zigzag. Here is the parent, which is this commit. So the parent of add style files is add HTML file. And the parent of the add HTML file is add sources.js file. And it's in the format of zigzag. We can get also the same graph as some graphical user interface Git tools with the commands and with formatters, and just with using this command git-log and with the formatter graph. So here I have a graph, which is one line graph because I didn't use the branches and merging. Another information, so to show all logs, the log command is scoped by the current branch. So if we want to show all log for all branches, for example, I can use the all formatter. And now I'm just having one branch, and that's why there is no difference between without the all formatter and with the all format. We will cover also branches into next Git episodes. Now the last thing in the formatting section, we will learn how to define our custom formatting. And to do that, it's an interesting subject. So to do that, we have to do git-log command, for sure one line. I will just execute this before doing a formatter. I will explain later why. So now to do that, we have to use the formatter format, and now we will define our formatter in this space. So to do that, we will just pass this, which is an empty custom formatter, and when we do that, we have space. Why? Now we remark that the same size of this is the same here, meaning that the command has printed all our commits or our logs. And why it is empty? Because in the format section, we didn't specify which called placeholders. Placeholders are snippets to retrieve data from our commit, because the commit is indexed as an object with multiple fields. And now, for example, we'll try to do a percentage small h, and now the placeholder of small h is the abbreviated hash. So we can do, for example, column and that am and an, and when we do that, we have printed also the author, and so on. We can compose our formatter with the predefined Git placeholders. So I am aware that you are asking about how to find placeholders. This question is a nice transition about man git-log command, to read the manual and to get the information from the documentation or the help of git-log command. So to do that, we can execute man command, and for git commands which contains space, we have just to change the space with a dash. So when we do that, we are for sure in a pager, and in a pager we have all options to this command and all the documentation about this command. So what we are interested is formatting section. So we will try to do a search in our pager, which is a Vim editor. To do that, we can do /format, and we will try to navigate between the occurrences of this search. So to navigate between the occurrences, we can type an character, and when we type, we will try to find the placeholders, and we will try to find it. Yes, here are the placeholders. The placeholders are, for example, we have percentage capital H for the whole commit hash. We used the small h, which is the abbreviation of the commit hash. We have a lot of predefined placeholders, for example, the body, commit notes, the message, new line if we want to do a new line. There is a lot of placeholders which we can use to define our specific and our custom formatter. And then once we finish defining our formatter, we can use it with an alias, a git alias, to get a specific command for us to be used in all our projects. Now let's switch to the second section, which is filtering. git-log provides commit limiting options. They are all in man command. Please read them for details. So we will start by git-log one-line command to show all our commands. And now we will start git-log one line and -x. -x will be replaced with a number, which is the number of commits that we want to filter. For example, 2. We will just show the 2 latest commits. For example, we can also filter with another filtering options, which is, for example, author, and the author is, for example, Hamadi. For my case, I did all commits, so that's why he's not filtering. He's returning the whole git-log result. But when we have multiple users, so I can filter with the user. We can also use a reg expression to filter. So we can use it with git-log, same one line, and we have grep filtering option. And now, for example, I will just try to filter with header. Now I don't have header. For example, I will filter by folder. And now it filters with a commit that containing folder string. And in this section, we can use real reg expressions. Now let's try to filter by dates. So git-log provides also some options to filter by date. For example, we can use the since filtering operator. And here I can use a number which is the day. For example, first, since first. Sorry, it's not first, but 1, 2, for example, months ago. I will get all commits. Now I will just refilter, and I will use the formatter, which is one line, to get just small log. And now, for example, since 2 months ago, and months, I can change it with days, years, and it's all supported. And since 2 days ago, I have just these commits. And for example, I will do 20 days ago, and the list of commits increased. And I can use, we have also another operator, which is before. For example, I will do before 1st May 2024. Since 1st May, I have did just these 4 commits. And for example, I can do after, and when I type after, I will get the rest of the commits, which is good in our output. And we can combine after, before, since. We can combine all these filters to get an interval, or we can affine our search to a specific commit. Now we will try to cover the last section in filtering for today's course, which is to filter between 2 commits. So to do that, so by default, when we do one line, we are showing all our commits, and in real, the default is head. Why head? Because head, when we specify just the endpoint, it will show for us the commits from the beginning to head. And now when we do just one hash, it will, for example, 5BECB1D, sorry, it will filter from the beginning to this. So that's why we can specify just the endpoint. So it will filter from the beginning to this endpoint. And by default, it's head. It's the last commit. So when we pass git-log one line without any other hash, it will take by default head. So that's why we have all commits are shown. Now, when I specified this hash, it filtered from the beginning to that commit. And now we can do an interval, which is we can do from this commit to add readme troubleshooting to head. And when we do that, it filters just the commit that we specified +1 to the last commit. So now we've arrived at the end of this episode. I am sorry that it was so long. I've just wanted to cover all filtering and formatting options. Please don't hesitate to comment if you don't understand a part or to give me your feedback. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.